Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Jade Empire Closed Fist walkthrough. We've got a little bit of dialogue with Kui, and we will jump right back into our battles.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What? We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them test out a small group of war machines known as golems. I've decided to put you up against them. I want you to prove that our folks are superior to anything the Army could devise. Are you ready to show them what you've got?
Okay, so this is going to be the fight with the, I think it's 3 Imperial Golems. It basically took all of my focus to actually kill these. I don't remember if you can use your weapons at all after you run out of focus. It's been it's been forever since it's actually happened. So I don't know if I just got lucky here and I had just enough damage to kill the golems, but the problem with them.
The Imperial Army honors us with a most unique trial.
Okay. So anyways, the golems are actually immune to martial styles, so the other thing I could have tried, I guess, would be magic. I assume you can damage them with magic. But, anyways, so let's I busted out the dual sabers, because why not? It's probably the only battle, or the last, actually yeah, probably first and last battle I'll ever use the dual sabers. And here it actually looks like I was hitting 2 of the golems at the same time, so at least I had that going for me. Save a little bit of this. I mean, I'll be honest, trying to go for these power attacks is essentially pointless. They either never landed or... Actually, yeah, I don't think they ever landed now that I rewatched this. So and that's this really kind of points out the issue that I have with the dual sabers is you don't move forward really when you attack with them. You just basically stand in one spot. So they're just not a very good weapon. There's better dual weapon styles in my opinion. Well, there's one better dual weapon style, that being Tang's Vengeance, which we will actually get at the end of our Imperial Arena climb to the top, or climb to champion, however you want to look at it. But alright, anyways, so we beat the golems, and now it's time to chat with Kui once again.
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve upon the design, thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire. When... I want to hear that you... I rushed out notification of this match, and we've had the outcriers shouting themselves hoarse. I hear many nobles will even be in attendance. It's rare that the Silver Division rests balance against a single victory on the scales of combat, you know. But you, Raging Dragon, are what truly draws them in. Once in a lifetime does a single person throw the grand institution of the arena into such disarray. Will you face Soldier now? The Silver Division Championship awaits you. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Okay, so the next battle is against Iron Soldier. Iron Soldier is pretty easy. To be fair, anytime you only face one enemy, it's going to be pretty easy. Honestly, the vast majority of the combat here in the Imperial Arena is easy. The only real issues I had was the fight with. It wasn't even a fight. It was the dodging the fire and the ice. And worth seeing here. I forgot about this. This looks kind of cool.
Iron Soldier has faced all comers, but how will the Silver Champion fare against Raging Dragon?
How will the Silver Champion fare against the Raging Dragon? I mean, pretty much the same way as anybody else. But anyways, Iron Soldier's got the Leaping Tiger style, although we're going to put him to shame. We're going to teach him how it's done. But, yeah, anyways, like I was saying earlier, though, the only real tough matches, I think, in the Imperial Arena are the ones that where you have to dodge the fire and the ice. And then there's one coming up. I know it's not next, but it'll be a ways up here. But you basically do an endurance test where you fight. I mean, it's almost everything that you had fought once before. So like, I know Iron Soldier's in there, Hapless Hand. There's an Elephant Demon, a Toad Demon. Actually, there's an Ogre too. So yeah, and you basically just fight. Everything up to, I think whatever the three brothers. I can't ever remember their names, but yeah. Anyways, those two I think are the toughest, and then there's actually the very very last battle. I will go up against Kailan with the Black Whirlwind. So again, spoiler alert there. I'll actually control Black Whirlwind for a fight, but. That one's actually pretty brutal too, and there was probably a really strong case to make for not using Black Whirlwind to do that fight. But you know what, I did, and it turned out okay. So,
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. Be proud. From here, your battles will be even harder. A test, if you will, to see if you stand a chance against the Ravager. Impress the crowd, and you will have your chance against the Ravager himself. I can promise you that. Surely this was enough. I know the crowd loved that show, but there's no way I can offer you extra just because of that. All your fights are impressive. You drive a hard bargain. Here, something extra for your troubles. I can't argue that the crowds love your battles. Now that that's settled, what else can I do for you? Things are interesting right now. Be as careful walking the streets as you are in the ring. I don't think Kailan is pleased with your progress.
all right. So that was another opportunity to intimidate Kui for some more silver.
Your victories are impossible for the other fighters to ignore. You are a master of the arena, the ground where executioners are born. Perhaps you have potential that you are not even aware of. There may be a role in the executioners for you after all. Why come to me when you've already begun to court the Inquisitor? Do you seek the blessing of someone less corrupted? That is a strong position to take, and one that we respect. You will have to remember, however, that if we accept you, you will be a mere recruit. If you survive, you will join an order unlike any other. We enforce the will of Death's Hand and the Emperor. We guard the treasures of the Empire. This will be your responsibility. Can you look on silver coins, golden tablets, or prophesized artifacts and think only of duty? Then we will waste no more time. You are adequate, and I will allow you to begin training. Proceed to our fortress. It lies at the far side of the burial ground that is the necropolis, which you may reach through the rich section of the city. Present this token so that they will know you. I expect great things of you. Not many of our recruits possess both the skills to become executioners and the personality to attract such a loyal band of followers. Spoken like a true Lotus assassin. I am well aware of those who come with you, their strengths and their weaknesses. You inspire loyalty in most of those who follow you. That will serve you well. Good. Use them and discard them if they become weak. That is the way.
Success. After a fashion. We should go inform the others after we leave the arena.
Okay, so we have officially attracted the attention of the Lotus Assassins, or completed the Executioner's task. Now we've got a ton of dialogue to get through.
Wuwuir wakwakir fonir sisa ukopkipo kusu ukut. Kop awuka in.
I suppose it is good that the Lotus Assassin Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. I dread the answer, but is there something the Inquisitor wants you to do as well? It seems like such a long path, but we are getting closer to Master Li and those who took him. I am concerned about what is coming. After all, the lair of the Lotus Assassins may hold a tempting power. Nor should you. I know your strength and how you place yourself above all others. You have shown how effective your way of thinking can be. I know that if there is any power to be taken from the Lotus Assassins, you will take it. I am not concerned about that. Any help would be useful to us, despite the source. I am more concerned that their presentation might be seductive. You will not forget that our mission is to free our master, will you? I knew you would stay true to our cause. If we turn the powers of our enemy against them, more the better. It would be good to see someone else suffer for a change. Do I? I suppose I don't have the patience to let people change on their own anymore, but not many deserved it. You helped me to see that, and I am grateful, even if it is taking me a while to get used to this darker view of the world. As long as you stay with me, I know everything will work out just fine. I've changed because of you, for you. I'm glad. I won't lose you, or the chance to save Master Li. I can't. Can we get back to the task at hand? There will be time to speak about this later, when we get this hateful world back to normal. I just want this to be over so we can build new lives. Very well, but we should get that business with Minister Shang out of the way.
Alright, so that was one of the important dialogues with Dawnstar there that actually tilts her over to Closed Fist. I don't think that's the last one, but again, it's definitely one of the more important ones. So again, if you're going that route, make sure you kind of go through that dialogue that way. The next up is going to be Silk Fox, and we're going to do the same thing.
You must go to the Lotus Assassin Fortress like we agreed. Find the evidence against Death's Hand, and I will help you rescue Master Li. I don't understand. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins with a fair amount of ease. What else is there to speak of? Is there something you are wondering? About me? I am Princess Sun Lian, the Heavenly Lily. What more are you worthy of knowing? I do not remember ever being allowed to just be a child. My mother died when I was born, shortly before the end of the long drought and the fall of my uncles. I was in the care of tutors too afraid to punish me and too ingratiating to teach me anything useful. I quickly found ways to sneak away from the palace. They dared not report my excursions for fear they would be punished. They would scurry around all day trying in vain to find me. I met the people, the peasants, the homeless, the thieves, such a different world from what you see from the palace walls. They never realized who I was. I'm sure they would have been terrified of the army storming in to rescue me. Most just wanted to be left alone. That life was exciting, but also useful. Even Lotus assassins overlook the beggar on the street, but she still has eyes and ears. Ah, the shadow behind my public self. How else can a curious princess learn what really happens in her domain? I don't have time to interpret the veiled statements of advisors, so I became a thief, an assassin, whatever I needed to be. People will not speak to the princess. Bad news kills the messenger first. Silk Fox knows how to persuade. That is how I learned about the activities of Death's Hand. There is a freedom in it. I have the resources to go anywhere in the secrecy to do anything. If I wished it, I could be quite carefree. But that is not what I have found in practice. Instead, I see how my father's reign has twisted, and I know I must do something. It would be very improper for someone of my standing to say anything, unless you make me a little more comfortable. I have already shared something of myself. Can you tell me something about you? Is there anyone that you care for? A noble. How romantic. Aloof. Separate by class and breeding. Unattainable for a peasant, normally. Wanting someone you can never have. Love you can never show in public. Such loneliness should not exist. I have contributed to that. The princess behaves as she should, reinforcing the very rules I despise, all to protect Silk Fox. Which one am I? If the freedom you suggest is there, I have never felt it. I have hidden within this costume so I would not have to conform to what others want. It feels more like a retreat than a victory. I can show strength, certainly, but only by hiding my true nature. As princess, I cannot pick and choose what rules of the Empire I follow, not if I'm trying to restore the glory it once had. You tease me with a friendship that has no future. I have many suitors in both of my guises, but you draw me in like no other. How have you done this? Why have you done this? Now you sound like a revolutionary. I no longer know if you speak of personal desires or the fate of the Empire. Perhaps you see them as the same. You asked me to tell you of my first love. Until this moment, it was the Empire. Until this moment. Now I see how I have been a slave to tradition, how I have worked to save an empire that does not satisfy me. When we take control back from Death's Hand, there will be changes. After all, things got this way because of foolish weaknesses. Silk Fox will be getting quite a bit of attention from now on. If I decide that some of it will be yours, you will know. You may regret what you have done here. Do you know what it will take to satisfy me now that what I want is so important? We will have much to discuss once we dispose of Death's Hand. I look forward to a stimulating conversation. We should return to your group before you set out for the Lotus Assassin Fortress. Everyone should be prepared.
Alright, so that conversation should have pushed Silk Fox more to Closed Fist, and there actually was an intimidation check in there too.
You must go. I'm not sure we have the time. There are too many important. We should return.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next... What? The Gold Division is the toughest series of fights in the Empire. Your first match will be a rare challenge. There is a style that was banned from the tournament combat 5 centuries ago. You will face the Phoenix Unity style. That is something best discovered for yourself. Suffice it to say that if you stand against it, the battle will be memorable. I do not believe in outdated prohabitations. As you may see, this style is not fair for single combat, but it is a fair test of a Master Warrior's abilities. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Okay, so the next fight is against the Phoenix Union style, which it's gonna be sort of intense. Basically, we start out with one enemy, and I think it splits into it's like 6 or something like that, maybe more. So yeah, I mean it ends up being a pretty big fight, but the techniques that it uses isn't so, or it's not too bad. So. It's not like, a bunch of single-handed sword users, because, again, I feel like those are the toughest to go up against, but... Alright, anyways.
The Phoenix Unity is among the rarest of styles. No one person has defeated it. Yet.
No one's defeated it yet. Well, the first time for everything. Alright, so these are the Phoenix Assassins there. It's got... like the 2-sword style, which I'm kind of wondering if that's the style that you get from Crimson Kana if you decide not to poison her, but then don't tell her about it either. I'm not sure. Or rather, I should say, I don't know if that's what the dual swords look like. Okay, now the fun really begins. But yeah, so anyways, again, I actually, one of these playthroughs, I should really go through and pick the, again, I think it's like Eyes of the Dragon or something like that. Again, I've never actually chosen that weapon style myself, so I'm not sure what they look like. Apparently they're not as powerful, so I don't bother, but, yeah, I don't know, who knows, maybe one day. And the other thing is, to be completely honest, I don't ever use the sabers anyway, other than for that one golem fight. And even then, I could have, just used Fortune's Favorite or, I don't know, Magic Styles or something like that. But, anyways, all right. So the Phoenix Assassins here, yeah, it looks like there's got to be at least 6 of these, right? I've already killed 1. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like there's 6. This is the same old stuff. Whenever you get kind of grouped up like that, it's not a bad idea to kind of split them off and not, like, right now I've got enemies at my back, and that's usually not a good way to go. Luckily though, with Leaping Tiger, if you notice there, because we keep moving forward, it usually keeps you safe. Even if there's enemies at your back. Again, because generally you're moving forward, and anytime the enemies are taking swipes at you, they should be missing. But again, it gets a little bit dangerous, and honestly, I don't know where all my focus are. I don't even remember using it. Anyways, definitely, if you're doing this fight, save your focus for the second half of the fight. Well, not half, I guess. After you take down the original or the initial Phoenix Assassin, I should say. Poor English there. Anyways, but yeah, so same old stuff with the tactics here, and I'm getting there. There's only 2.5 left. I see there's a health power up over on the side too, so that's kind of nice. It's not looking like I'll probably end up using it though. And here I probably could have afforded to use some Chi Strikes too. And here I think I tried to land a harmonic just to see if these were immune. And I honestly think everything is immune to harmonics here in the Imperial Arena, which makes sense. We're not supposed to be able to kill anything in here, so anyways, all right, now we've got this one off by herself and up against the ropes now. Oh, she dodged out. All right, last one. We're getting there. So what am I doing here? Oh yeah, all right. Well, that's a strange choice. I'll be honest, I don't think Heavenly Wave is all that useful in here, so I could have swapped that out and kept although I didn't actually end up using it. What is? At least not in this fight. I'm trying to think if I even used it. The only fight that I can think of that I may have used it for was like the endurance fight where you fight enemies back to back for what feels like forever. I might have busted out Spirit Thief for that, but even then, there you have it. So that's basically stun locking an enemy with Storm Dragon, which I think I've done before, but that strategy is actually amazing in the arena. And I'm gonna abuse the crap out of that on the second to last fight versus the Ravager, because the Ravager is just a beast, and when you can stun lock him like that, it just makes the fight stupid easy. So that's what we're gonna do. And again, since we're playing on Grandmaster, we kind of need to make use of little sneaky tricks like that.
Legends say that the Phoenix Unity style was banned from tournaments because it was unbeatable. But I've never put much stock in legends. That was exactly how I wanted your Gold Division matches to start. You need the people on your side before you can face the Ravager. Things are... I was going to do something different, but I've had a request from the Sung Brothers. They said that there's been an affluence of the fates and a reemergence of the planets. I'm not quite sure what that means, but if they want to face you, then I have to honor their request. Besides, defeating them is important to your career. I require that any fighter who wishes to face the Ravager be able to defeat all three of the Sung Brothers. Then I know you won't be torn to shreds. Well, at least not before the gong stops ringing, at any rate. The brothers are ready if you are. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Okay, we're getting really close to the end of our climb to the top. We've got to face the three brothers. There's one that I remember is, I think we need to take out immediately. I kind of feel like he might be able to use Tempest. So we'll see, which would, or has the ability to basically paralyze us, which is extremely dangerous. So again, we'll take him out first, and then kind of just pick whoever.
Speed, might, and magic will be needed to defeat these brothers three.
Speed, might, and magic will be needed to defeat these brothers three. I don't know if that's okay. I don't think I used any magic. Alright, so this is the guy that you want to take out first, though. Sui. And again, I think he's got Tempest. Which again, if he uses that power strike on you, you're going to get paralyzed. And that's not fun. Crunch. Alright, so these other two guys are going to walk over her. Walk. Okay. So Sung Bu's got the dual swords. I think he's got Heavenly Wave too. I vaguely remember him busting that out on me and trying to land a slow on me. And then that other guy, I don't know what's going on there. He's got a different style. I don't think you can even get that in the game. It's like some weird, crouching monkey style. Is that even a thing? It's probably maybe it's a thing. And then what's with the glowing? I don't know what's going on there. I mean, if those are cheese strikes, man, that's impressive. That's the end of that. All right, so again, yeah, those three, nothing really too fancy. Force demons are sadistic creatures that call forth searing flames to torment their victims. Okay, well, whatever works. If you're gonna torment your victims, you might as well use searing flames. Okay. All right, yeah. So we're almost done here. I think the next fight is the kind of the battle royale. Actually, yeah, I'm fairly certain it is.
Three opponents at once, all of them exceptionally skilled. I thought no one could impasse them, but you have. Defeating their combinated might has impressed the crowd immensely. You pull in the egregious crowds, it's true, but I can't just break the rules and give you extra silver. The crowds do call for your fights above all others. I suppose that's worth something. Now that that's settled, what else can I do for you? Things are... I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. I want to give you a shot at the championship. I really do. I need to convince others, though. I'm going to hold an event so huge that it will rock the reaches of the Empire. The Imperial Engagement. The arena turns upon you. You will be a man alone against a rushing wave of opponents, great and small. You must stand against them all, and when you do, your right to challenge the Ravager will be indisputable.
Time to take you down a peg.
I think it's going to be a fun challenge. You might even survive if you pace yourself.
The concept is simple enough. If you can defeat your foe with exceptious alacrity, then you have a moment to collect yourself. If you tarry, then you will be swamped. You will be facing all the champions you have dealt with already, and more. Are you ready for me to finish? Excellent. Follow me.
All right, yep. So the next battle is going to be the Imperial, whatever, engagement, I believe is what he was calling it. But I'm out of time, so as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.